Now, there's two ways we make money. One is temporary and one is permanent. And let me explain the difference between the two, because temporary recruitment is passive. In fact, it's basically where someone is doing the work, they're carrying out the work, and you are in essence getting paid for every hour they work. Permanent is where we find someone on a salary that's going to be working for this company for a permanent basis, and we will charge a percentage, something like 15%. So to give you guys an idea, someone will get a job for £50,000 a year, and we will charge 15% of that person's salary. So that could be £7,500. And in contracting or temporary recruitment, in essence, how it works is we will provide someone who is getting paid £10 per hour, and we will charge the company £15 per hour. So in the middle, in essence, we're making £5 net profit. Now, there are obviously other things we have to go through, like, costs in between. They're not that big. It would take a while for me to just go over the expenses in between and exactly what your net profits are. But to keep it short for you guys and explain it as best as I can in layman and in beginner terms, then contracting recruitment is basically providing a person on £10 per hour. You provide them for the company. They, in essence, will work for you, and you will provide them as a contractor, subcontractor, whatever you want to call it. Company uses this person. You pay this person £10 per hour, but from the company, you're going to charge £15 per hour. So imagine someone carrying out work and you're getting paid £5 an hour. And it's interesting because I remember coming across someone who was speaking about business and telling you in essence when you've made it. And what they said is, you've made it when you're sleeping and you're getting paid for it. And this is something which is interesting, but really and truly, imagine someone who is working, doing the work, and you're getting paid for every hour they work. Now, that is contracting recruitment, that is temporary recruitment, and then obviously you've got the permanent side. So how does a recruitment company make money? In essence, a person, just one person could do 2 or 3 permanent placements a month. So if you imagine, we would charge as a recruitment company 15% of a £50,000 salary, meaning that we would make £7,500 for every successful candidate that gets the job. And then we would have maybe 2 or 3 or 4 temporary contractors getting work every single month. Now, sometimes you can even have it where you get in touch with a company and a company says, we need 20 people to start within 2 weeks. It happens, and it's happened with me. I actually had a company who came to me and said we needed 23 people. They said we need 23 people, and they wanted them to start within 2 months. Now, 2 months is a long time, and 23 people doesn't sound like a lot. And £5 an hour doesn't sound like a lot. But when you've got one person making £5 profit per hour for 40 hours, you're looking at £200 per person, which still doesn't sound like a lot. But then when you've got 10 of those people doing work for you every single month, in essence, you're making £8,000 profit, passive income, and you don't actually have to do anything. That's contracting recruitment.